Hey, have I told you about defending the dojo's honor when I absolutely destroyed that man that disrespected our honor? Do you remember when our honor was on the line and I protected it because of my samurai code? And that man who was drunk in his 40s that almost threw up like the first time I got on top of him tapped to me like 3 times? Yeah, I armbarred him because he said armbar. Ankle picked. Got him. On the ground. On his ass. Ah! Because he's never done it before, baby. That's when I felt great. Did you watch this video? Jimmy, have you watched this video yet?
No, I have not.
Oh, man. It came up on my feed, and I was like, I don't know why this is targeted at me.
She is wearing a Kangol.
Yeah, Kangol's cool in Japan.
Kangol is cool here. And I'm not just because I love King of Queens.
King of Queens is like their friends. It's huge. It's like their Breaking Bad.
In Japan?
Yeah. King of Queens is huge in Japan. It's their Breaking Bad. They love it.
Is there Breaking out of all the shows?
Yeah, it is their like #1. They call it the golden era of TV in Japan. They love that there. They fight over it if it should be subbed or dubbed all the time. You know? they love it.
I love the idea in America or in other countries arguing like, do you watch the Kardashians subbed or dubbed? You know, in Brazil, they're like, I'm a purist.
I met a German guy one time, and he was like, "Oh, do you like Ugly Betty?" And I was like, "What?" He was like, "We love Ugly Betty," and I was like, "Fuck Europeans, you guys have the smoothest brain." Yeah, I like Ugly Betty. I just call her Betty. That's how good it is. Man, Jimmy, watch this. This is so funny to me.
In Japan, there is a term for men who aren't necessarily successful with the ladies in their home country, and they come to Japan and they are really, really successful with the Japanese ladies. And this term is LBH, or losers back home. So these LBH, or losers back home, they would not slay at home like in the US, but in Japan they slay, and believe me, they slay. I know men who have a roster of Japanese women. Some of these men have been with multiple hundreds of Japanese women, and it shocked me. But
what? Right? It's like, why are you trying to fill your country with them? Why would you make this commercial for gross dudes? Right? There's a few more seconds of this where she says something crazy.
So there is a difference in standards. In the US, if you were to ask who's the hottest male Hollywood actor, you'd probably hear Bradley Cooper or Brad Pitt. But in Japan, they say it's Eddie Redmayne.
Do you guys know who that is?
No.
I had to Google him.
Yeah, he's the Danish girl.
I Googled Eddie Redmayne, and I was like, oh shit, you're trying to fill Japan with a bunch of slimy men who think they're gonna be the slimy Eddie Redmayne ass looking basement dwellers that are gonna be like, yeah, I just go there to stack pussy on pussy. Japan's kind of like my pussy mecca, if you will.
Yeah, they said hundreds, roster of hundreds.
This woman should be in jail for making this video. When the Japanese authorities see this, they're gonna be like, you need to take this fucking down.
They're like, normally China's the one who wraps people up for TikTok, but today's Japan.
Yeah, they're like, you have any idea what you're gonna do to our country? 400,000 likes. 400,000 likes just on this video.
I don't think it's Japanese women who are liking that video.
Yeah, they're...
I think it's dudes who are like, hundreds, you said.
Hundreds. I love my odds. I love my odds.
They're all alive?
Yeah. These women in Japan, they're like, I've never... men, it's illegal here to lie. We've never had a man that's invented lying to women before, so they're all just crushing. They're all destroying Japan.
I would be pissed off if I was a Japanese man. I'm like, you made a video that says that the losers from every other country come and just dunk on us. They just fucking...
That's so true. Not only are they not yet...
They're fucking dunking. I can't get one woman. This loser has hundreds.
Imagine being a Japanese incel. And you're like,
not a stretch for me, buddy.
And you're like, I'm losing to the losers from home. The losers in home. Now I'm losing to these losers from other fucking places. Like, oh my God.
Dude, coming in and taking our jobs.
A guy who can't get laid in Tulsa is coming here.
I'm just imagining like McLovin as Caligula, just like these huge orgies and
yeah. The whole cast is. Just like a dude who goes to open mics in the backyard of Creek in the Cave is being fed grapes.
This is the most dangerous thing anyone's ever done for their country.
She seems like excited about it though, doesn't she?
I think that like anti-immigration people made this in America to try to make America less people. They were like, oh shit, we just got to get all the weird guys to move to Japan instead of the U.S.
Dude,
know
that's
what-
brilliant though, isn't it?
Hired this lady. Oh, it's the fucking garden of dissent and evil here. Oh, welcome to a modern Corinth. Come and rep of all your sins.
Which is interesting because she has a perfect American accent.
Yeah.
And I don't know, my theory is that like she is trying to get an Asian husband, and so this is her like whistle, like her dog whistle being like, white guys are losers, just so you know.
Yeah.
Or maybe she's manifesting because she's like, I like an Eddie Redmayne myself.
Man, will you pull Eddie Redmayne up on the screen? Do you know who he is?
I honestly don't.
Pull
I'm
up Eddie
so bad
Redmayne.
at
So,
actors.
have you seen the movie about Stephen Hawking?
No.
Okay, well, Eddie
That
Redmayne.
sounds like a horrible movie. That sounds like the worst fucking movie
I'm a
ever.
pretty sad guy. I don't think I need to see that.
Dude, honest to God, I have so many thoughts about fucking Stephen Hawking. You know that the whole movie is about his love story, but like
Okay.
he ended up cheating on that wife with his nurse.
And
I
he was
heard
at
about
Epstein's
this.
Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I bet that movie doesn't tell the full tale there, baby. Mr. Pervert Wheelchair.
It doesn't go in depth into his quote suicide.
A mean-looking Ellen DeGeneres. A mean-looking Ellen DeGeneres is the hottest guy in Japan. Oh.
I mean, yeah, one of them's in drag.
No, that's him as the Danish girl. He played a trans character.
Well, now I'm transphobic. Fuck.
Yeah, honestly, I just think that role should have gone to a trans woman. That's what I think. I think that role should have gone to a trans woman, personally.
Instead, it went to a loser
Yeah,
back
I'll
home.
say it. I'll say it instead of a loser back. Instead of fucking some Japanese pussy tourist, should have gone to a homeless trans woman.
Yeah, I mean, this is what the Japanese women like, huh? I think I got a decent shot.
Yeah, you would be like the Genghis Khan of Japan. You'd go out there and they'd be like, "Oh, my surname is Castillo." Everywhere you go, dude.
No.
Absolutely no. Okay, playing it humble, like you're not a better looking guy than Eddie Redmayne over
I don't
here.
think so.
It looks like a guy that was into Harry Potter in high school, Eddie Redmayne.
I mean, I'm not an actor.
Man, you haven't noticed?
I'm
You
a
haven't said
state
anything about my
actor.
costume.
Well, we were gonna get there. Well, by the way, welcome to the Bad News Show,
Welcome to the
everybody.
Bad News
I'm Sam
Podcast.
Castillo,
JT Kelley.
and with us always is...
What's up, Jimmy?
What's up,
What's up, Jimmy?
Hey. Dude, you got your good gi on,
Yeah,
huh?
I wore my formals. I wore my karate formals here to show honor to you guys. I wanted to show a little bit. I wanted to show a little bit of respect in here and show you guys a little bit of my samurai code, if you will. Wearing one's gi in public is the ultimate sign of respect. That's why I bowed at both of you when I walked in here. Bowed at both of you. Did I tell you about the karate contest I went to, Jimmy?
No, you did not.
Called Sam right after.
You sure did.
Called Sam right after. I don't know.
He called me, he goes, Sam, I'm moving to Japan.
Where a man can be a man. Man, you done jiu-jitsu how long?
A year.
A year? Yeah. I've done jiu-jitsu since like into 2021, right? White belt, one stripe. I don't know how much you know about jiu-jitsu. That's a long time to be a white belt.
Yeah.
It's because I'm bad at it. I'm bad at jiu-jitsu, right? Not good at it, but it's fun to wrestle people. And I don't mind if I lose. But I've done a couple tournaments. I went to one last
I
weekend.
keep coming too fast.
I'm just so excited. I'm so excited to be there. Men have to talk to me. It's a room where men have to talk to me and promise they won't hurt me. I went to a tournament and I didn't just get last place. I lost every round by submission. Not only just by points, where it was like, oh, we're going back and forth in a bit. Every single round by submission. Pretty fucking quickly. I've done a few of these, and my wife has never cared.
Did she go?
She surprised me and showed up and videotaped it. And the look on her face watching stronger, hotter men beat me up, life-changing. Absolutely life-changing. I every time I get off the mat, my wife would go, "I love you." I go, "I know. I didn't think about that till right now." Oh, but I got destroyed. Destroyed. Absolutely obliterated. No hope. Oh. It was not just last place. Last place by submission. Every single time.
How many matches?
3 or 4.
Okay. I mean,
4.
It's not like you get not 10, right?
Yeah, I had 4 chances. I think
it's not like you were going to the car and they were still submitting you in the parking lot.
Yeah, I was like, babe,
I think the valet had a piece, huh?
Yeah. I'm so happy I did the over 30 bracket and didn't just get beat up by young guys too. Oh my god. I even did the special over 30-year-old between 225-pound white belt bracket, right? No, I didn't. This wasn't the Junior Olympics, all right? Pretty much standard guys looking like me. One guy with gray hair tapped me out. He was wearing special fitted goggles, special fitted sports goggles, tapped me out.
He fit his transition lenses.
Yeah. My wife, who took a video, said, "Look at your little feet waving around when they go down." I said, "I know. I'll look at my little feet in my mind every night as I fall asleep for the next year or so. I'm familiar."
Yeah, they were doing that.
That's exactly what they were doing. That's what they were doing. God. Oh yeah. Oh, I got smashed fucking. Sam, describe what I'm doing for the people that are listening and not watching.
He's kicking, punching. He's breathing heavily.
That was just a demonstration of my strength, so you guys know I take this shit serious. Yeah, I didn't get this one. I didn't get this one stripe not showing up to class. All right. Okay. I didn't get. You think I got this one stripe on Acts? The 2-year anniversary of me getting that one stripe today. By the way,
they said
dead serious.
They said thanks for giving back to the community. You keep the lights on here, and for that you get.
The fat kids love beating you up when you go to the children's class. They keep putting me with the kids. They keep. One time I went to a class in Tulsa and they matched me with the kid. It was the most humiliating. They were like everyone pairs up, right? And there was like a 14-year-old in class.
That's literally Kramer.
Yeah. and the coach points at me and the 14-year-old next to me and goes like that right out. They usually pick your own partner, points at us and goes like that. And I was like, oh, great. His dad's here. Don't have him wrestle with his dad. Have him wrestle with the guy that you'd be scared to sit next to on the bus. That sounds good. I pay $200 a month to wrestle with this child. Thank you. What an honor. I love Oklahoma.
You two are paired up, and he goes, "Now, I want you to be able to use him for practice." And then you're like, "Well, that's a little rough." And he goes, "No, I was talking to him. I was talking to the boy."
My wife went to jiu-jitsu 2 times. And the first time, everyone was nice to her, and they were just trying to explain the rules and the concepts.
Right.
And the second time, a teenage choked her out, and she never went back.
Oh my
She was like,
God.
yeah, she was like, some kid kept fucking pulling at my neck trying to choke me, and I was like, that's what they do. I was like, that's the whole point. And she was like, this is horrible. I'll never do this again. I was like, I didn't expect you to, but she did get a custom gi with like a bunch of little hearts on it. So yeah. So she had her fun. But now that's how I feel. I go, man.
Listen, this reminds me of a story from high school. I have a buddy who is on the ski team, and every year in New Jersey, there's not enough skiers to like deny anyone from states. So everyone in the state, if you're on a ski team, you go to state.
Sick.
Wow.
And then you all race down the exact same track. And this guy came in last for not only all of the men, but all of the women as well. So he was the slowest skier in the state of New Jersey that year.
He had the worst time in the whole state.
The whole state. There was not a single person that was worse than him.
Nice.
But see, you're better than that?
No. I got last place too. I am that. To be clear, it's an open bracket. Women could join. So
I love the idea of I lost my submission in skiing. I kept falling down and being like, I tap out.
Yo, he got angry. So there's some job called gatekeeping, which is you have to wait halfway down the slope and make sure they pass all of the different flags. And he would get annoyed, so he just started making like ice balls and throwing it at the skiers as they came down the mountain, and they still had better times than him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, but here's the thing. You know, you may not be the worst skier, but you're still poorer than the worst skier. How does that make you feel?
I bet that skier could show up and beat my ass at jiu-jitsu.
I don't know.
No, definitely not.
I told you
But
about
it'll take him a long time to do it.
Did I tell you about defending the dojo?
No.
I told you about defending the dojo, right?
No.
Dude, so at open mat, which is where, like, at jiu-jitsu, you just wrestle. You show up and you just wrestle with people. You can drill with people, you know, whatever. But it's just open rounds, right? I'm standing by the door, and this older fucking drunk guy comes in from next door, like an older fucking
my
biker dad,
God.
wearing little necklaces and jewelry and cargo shorts, comes in and goes, armbar, I want to armbar you. And I was like, okay. And because I said that to him, he was like, can I? And I was like, yeah, go talk to the owner. He's right there. And so he walks up to the owner, and the owner, he goes, hey, armbar, I'm looking to wrestle. So I think, oh, this guy knows the owner or something. But because I had talked to him, the owner thinks he knew me. And so he thinks he's like my buddy, and he lets this guy sign a waiver and go on the mat. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, this guy's going to be, you know, training elsewhere or something like that. He didn't. He was just a drunk, confident guy that wanted to wrestle with him, and I fucking handled him.
Dude, I love that.
Because it was like his first day. He had no idea what he was doing. 3 months in, he would have handled me. But it was, and I was like, I am defending this dojo. I am the fucking king of these doors, and I told everybody. I've been every single person I've had the chance to. I'm like, hey, have I told you about defending the dojo's honor when I absolutely destroyed that man that disrespected our honor? Do you remember when our honor was on the line and I protected it because of my samurai code? And that man who was drunk in his 40s that almost threw up like the first time I got on top of him tapped to me like 3 times. Yeah, I armbarred him because he said armbar. Ankle picked, got him on the ground, on his ass. Ah, because he's never done it before, baby. That's when I felt great. Make that in the tournament. That's what I wanted. I wanted a bunch of people that were drunk and old.
I had never done it before.
Sensei, I wrecked that parrot head.
Keep bowing to everyone. They're like, we don't do that here, man. Oh. Jiu-jitsu is Mandarin for the art of the empty hand.
Is that really true?
No, that's karate.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sure.
Karate, yeah, and it's Japanese.
So
Look. It's, you know.
it sounds to me that jiu-jitsu is karate, empty hands. It's the same thing, right? If karate means empty hands and they don't let you use weapons,
Small
in
hands, I think
jiu-jitsu,
it was.
small little baby hands, jiu-jitsu is the same thing as karate. Probably practice the same there. Just like, you know, Christianity and Catholicism are the same thing. Same thing.
Those are Mandarin for
Yeah.
I bet
open mind.
I bet a karate class is fun.
A karate class?
Yeah, I would like to go to a kung fu class. I bet that's fun. You ever seen the guys at Kick Butt play with the swords?
Yes.
That looks like a hoot,
Yeah,
right?
so for context, there's a stand-up comedy open mic that we do, and next door to it, it's the place, the coffee shop that we do comedy in is owned by the same dude who owns a dojo next door, and so you'll just see like dudes practicing with swords, and then you see like a dojo, you know, because it's like a bunch of dudes practicing with play swords, LARPing before they go on stage at an open mic, and then there's guys.
They're not LARPing. They're training a martial art. It's just a weird one that
The
looks
joke was
funny.
that the comedians are losers playing with toy swords.
Oh!
And then next door, there's a bunch of guys using actual swords at the comedy open
No, but
mic.
here's the thing. They stream the class into the coffee
They
shop
do have-
open mic.
There is a live feed of a camera from next door. So as you see a guy spazzing because his 4 minutes, that's like all just bullshit comedy is going poorly, you'll just see like someone learning a life skill technique on how to defend themselves.
If you
in real
think that
time.
holding a sword is a life skill technique, your brain is smooth as fuck. There's no way that you think battling by sword is a life skill. There's no way.
I mean, as opposed to what? Defending yourself with your hands versus a sword? Sliced, done. What? Cool. Hey, big man, you don't have hands anymore.
Yeah, I've been practicing this life skill. I've been studying the blade.
You kill my father. Prepare to die.
Okay, so you're walking down the street, a dude pulls a fucking sword on you.
I know.
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, you're gonna be like,
I wish I had the life skills to handle this.
No, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull my sword on him.
no, but for real, a dude pulls a sword on you, you'll be like, I got a tight 4 that's gonna get me out of this. What the fuck are we talking about? No, I was practicing at the right room. I was doing comedy.
Whoa. Comedy's not a life skill either.
No.
Doing stand-up and playing with the sword are definitely equivalents. Both stupid as shit. Just like, hey, jiu-jitsu isn't a life skill. There's never been a day in my life where I go, yeah, I'm really glad I know how to scissor sweep someone from guard.
Why do you do it then?
It's fun. It's like Pilates. It's like a fun workout class.
Oh, you're saying that jiu-jitsu is Zumba
Yeah.
for cops? Is that what this is?
It's my jazzercise with alpha males. I'm doing jazzercise. They're all learning combat. I'm hanging out. Everyone in jiu-jitsu class is like working. I'm hanging out.
You're
wrestling.
not learning combat. What are you learning?
Wrestling.
How to tickle.
I gotta tell you, JT, I think if you had some cauliflower ear, it would definitely it would help the look.
Do I? I want to.
No, if you did.
I got a little there.
Yeah?
You can't tell, but if you feel it, you feel my little bump. Got a little. Oh yeah. If I had cauliflower ear, then people would think I was good at wrestling.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
It's a vegetable of some sorts. It's maybe not cauliflower.
Yeah. I mean, if I had cauliflower, I'd be like, wow, this guy really works hard. It's like, no, I just put little rocks on it when I sleep. I met a guy, I worked at a coffee shop with him, who said, oh, I have a pillow and it's full of Japanese river rocks.
Fuck.
He said, I swear to God, his name's Skylar. He said, he said, it's full of Japanese river rocks. It's the only way I can sleep now. And I said, how do you travel? And he said, when I travel, I don't get good sleep. I don't get good sleep when I travel. That is insane. I said, what a corner you put yourself into. He goes, it's so good for your neck. He goes, the Romans did something like this. And I was like, okay, the Romans also like ate their own shit, dude. Fucking, I don't want to live like a Roman.
Slept on rocks.
Yeah. Japanese river stone search pillow.
Okay, I feel like he was full of shit.
You think Skylar was lying? I'll believe anything you tell me with confidence, you know?
Yeah.
Try pillow filled with rocks. It's just showing you pillows
With the rock on it.
with, like rock-shaped pillows, which I understand.
With Dwayne Johnson on it.
And also, maybe I'm adding the Japanese part. maybe the Japanese part's kind of
Just
on
hear
me.
what you want to hear.
Yeah. Man, what do I know? Maybe I'm way off here, guys. Maybe.
I mean, that sounds like a crazy thing to say. I can't sleep unless it's on a pillow full of rocks. What the
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty influenceable.
I need a rock in my ass, a rock in my mouth, and then a rock, and sleeping on a bunch of rocks.
Man, maybe it's not true.
That sounds like a lie like homeless parents tell their children. No, it's actually healthier to sleep with.
I thought instant mash was nicer than mashed potatoes growing up. That was a lie my mom told me.
Why would what?
Yeah, instant
Yeah,
mash.
it definitely
Potato.
tastes
like
better.
Idahoan?
It
Yeah.
tastes better for
You
sure.
think it tastes better,
You
really?
think
Yeah.
instant mash tastes better than homemade mashed
I
potatoes?
love skin in my potatoes, though.
You northeastern Yankee of a boy. What's
I
wrong with
am
you?
white trash, okay? And so like
Whoa,
there's
whoa.
so many aspects.
Yo, I'm wearing a Texas Motor Speedway t-shirt. I'm not even repping one team in NASCAR.
I am clearly not white trash. I'm wearing a full kimono, so
No.
this is very worldly. They would love me in Japan.
You're of honor and gentility.
Yeah, I keep bowing to people in Japan. They bow there, right?
Yeah.
What? In Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Thank God they stopped. They stay bowing. They're trying to take bowing away from us. They took bowing out of our culture, and look what happened.
Were white people bowers?
Yeah, absolutely. Right?
Maybe to the king.
Yeah, maybe to the king, but we didn't bow to each other. I feel like maybe in the Victorian era we were bowing to people.
No, we were hat
Yeah,
tippers.
It's a fucking Frenchman thing, I feel
Oh.
like.
Yeah.
Like French people aren't white. Is that your take, that you don't think French people are white?
No.
Jimmy's drawing hard lines on what's considered white. The French and the Polish are on thin ice with Jimmy.
Looking at you, Polish.
Well, the French are definitely my least favorite whites.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite whites?
I think the Irish are fun. You know, they're a good time.
The type of white that you are.
The white that
I
you
guess,
are.
but
I never thought about it.
no, but it's like, you know, there's other fun ones. The Brits are fine. I don't really like the Brits.
I don't like British people either.
But like, do you count Italians as white? Because they're fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say them and like the Portuguese are like the most lively.
Portuguese.
Yeah, and like basically all the Southern Europeans that like can't handle a checkbook. Like those are the ones.
All the ones that take siestas.
The ones, the ones that retire at 48. Like those ones.
Yeah.
Those are the fun ones.
Yeah.
I could live. Oh, that's what I think when I think European.
Vikings. I like the
Naps.
Viking
Out of
whites.
all of the Europeans, like a Southern European is the kind of guy who will go into a gym and be like, "I'm pretty drunk. Can I like fight one of you guys?" I'll sign a waiver.
And I would stand up and protect the dojo. And that's the type of white man I am. The type that protects the dojo from invaders.
It's very much Tom Cruise.
I'm the kind of white guy who goes to Japan.
Asking purple belts if they're proud of me. You proud of me for protecting this place? Do you love me like a son?
They're like, I'm younger than you. White stripe.
Stop saying you love me. Just write with me.
Do you think when the losers at home go to Japan, like the more of a loser you are, the more you pull?
No, I mean you still have to have some riz. You gotta
Do
still
you?
have. Well, I guess, or maybe you just like
A lot of
I
the
don't know.
Japanese men don't even leave home.
Really?
Yeah, there's a big problem with like repopulating Japan because no one's fucking.
Okay, so their State Department definitely made that lady that
Yeah.
big.
Yeah. So you just go over there, you just show them your Coinbase account, and you go, my Litecoin's up pretty high.
Just a video of you playing soccer, and they're like, I would do anything for this man.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a huge problem in Japan with like but the young people aren't going out. These kids just love video games, so they go home, they stream, they beat off, and then they go to bed.
Damn.
A lot of them aren't even beating off anymore.
Damn.
I know a lot of comedians live in that exact same
I was gonna
life.
say I know a lot of Americans live in that
Yeah.
exact life.
Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely don't have a repopulation problem. Do we have a repopulation problem?
We
Well,
do. I mean, our repopulation rate is going down, our birth rate.
I thought more and more people were living in the U.S.
No,
Well, I
more
mean-
people are living in the U.S., but they're not fucking as much. Like people
People aren't fucking as much? Baby, I'm fucking.
I don't know, dude. The amount of people I know who are driving out of state for abortions, it seems like people are fucking.
Well, you know what's weird is statistically, if you like live in a big city and you go out, then you'll see at least one pregnant woman a day.
Sure.
Doesn't that seem high?
No.
No.
No, I always point it out. I'm like, oh, there she is.
I always pointed out. I can spot him from a mile away. I'm yelling at him. I know what you did.
Yeah, tell me how many stripes he has. Are you fucking weak, men? Are you making more weak men?
The IBJJF came out and gave me a vasectomy after I lost so bad. They said no more in your bloodline will roll. They said this is not for you. This is not for you. Man. Maybe I should just do like a spin class. That's really what I like.
Oh my god.
I'd get the same thing out of it, except my joints would hurt less. And I bet they're really nice in there.
In a spin
I
class?
bet they're so nice. Have you guys been to a spin class before?
I have not.
They like candle. I've been to Soul Cycle. Soul Cycle, they like candles, and they are. If you're dumb, Soul Cycle has got to be fucking insane for you, because you get in there and they're like, you're beautiful, you're smart, and the reason you're working hard is because you're the best. And then like music goes like, whoa, 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 and it's like, we're working together as a family, and you're a strong member of the family, and that's why we love you. We see you, Brittany. We see you, Brittany, working hard. Let's take it up a notch. And whoa, 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 whoa. And I imagine like dumb people or people that didn't go to like an evangelical church
Happy
growing
people,
up.
asshole.
Sure. But if you've been, you can get the same thing on Sunday morning at evangelical church. You can get
Some people do both.
Yeah, you should. You're probably way happier than I would be. Oh my god. I should do spin class. Spin class sounds great. When I say dumb people, I'm including myself. I'm not some guy in an ivory tower saying, oh, you people at spin class. I'm doing my own spin class getting beat up by cops at 6 a.m. That's my even dumber spin class. None of us are winners here. We're all just trying to get those endorphins. We just want to feel okay.
Yeah.
I'm one of those dumb guys.
Here's a question. Which would you rather get submitted by, an old guy or a smaller guy?
Well, I get submitted by both regularly. I would just like to not be on my back so much. I would like my goal, and people say, oh, what's your goal in jiu-jitsu? I go, I'm sick of just being on my back. Everyone just gets me on my back, and it's so hard because I'm a fat guy, and I don't have a lot of the muscles, like the muscles that you have to move around down there with. If I'm on top of you, it's game over, man. If I'm on top of you and you're bad at jiu-jitsu and smaller than me, significantly smaller than me.
Older, weaker, and not as skilled?
No, older and weaker, but better at jiu-jitsu still gets me. But if you're worse at jiu-jitsu and smaller than me, fuck, it's over for you.
Wait, so if you're worse at
You're
jiu-jitsu
done.
but you're bigger, you're still losing?
You're probably gonna get me on my back, and I'm gonna beat up, baby. I'm gonna be on my back, kind of moving back and forth. And when I get on my back, people say, "Okay, explode out." Explode out! How am I gonna explode out? I'm on my back. If I knew how to explode out of this, your advice would not even need to be heeded. It'd already be done. I'd already be exploding out of this situation. You want me to shit myself? That's all I can think. Hey, explode out! I'm gonna explode off my back. I'm on my back. I'm done. I'm just waiting for them to twist my arm in a way that hurts, so I can go like that. That's it.
That's funny.
Damn.
You ever tried jiu-jitsu?
No.
You've done Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Muay Thai's way scarier. No one punches you in the face.
Way scarier.
Really?
Way scarier, yeah.
I've only taken like a few lessons.
Well, they hit you. Jiu-jitsu, you can't get hit. It's just wrestling.
So much kicking.
There's no kicking.
So much kicking in Muay Thai.
Oh, Muay Thai, yeah.
It's like mostly kicking. It's
Yeah.
barely any fist hitting. It's mostly kicking.
One of my first Muay Thai classes, I got kicked in the stomach and I threw up really hard and made me cry.
Damn.
After class, I didn't cry in front of him. Thank God.
I did that after my first jiu-jitsu class. I was
Cried?
driving home, and I got just so, fucking worked out that I pulled over and threw up twice.
Yeah. When I first started jiu-jitsu, I was like 260 pounds, a little more than 260. And I was so embarrassed to go and work out in front of people, especially like wrestle with people. I would get so nervous I'd throw up beforehand. So I had a little van that like barely worked at the time. It was my first car I bought. And I would drive there with a toothbrush and toothpaste and a water bottle to wash my mouth after I threw up from getting so nervous. And then I'd throw up on the way home for the same reason. But
Damn.
220 now, baby. 220 now. No better at jiu-jitsu, though.
When you throw up twice a day, the weight just falls off.
Imagine if I...
They're like, you're losing so much weight and stuff from the training? Yeah.
Minty fresh with it, too. Imagine how much weight I would have lost if I did spin class instead.
Damn.
Probably way more. But... wouldn't have this single stripe, baby. 2 years ago today, I got this stripe.
Hell yeah. And no more stripes since then?
We have to earn them. You don't get it for showing up.
Does your teacher give you advice or no?
So here's the other funny thing. I go
So no.
I go to the morning class at my gym is taught by one of the best world champions current, Nicholas Mergali. He's one of the best. He's like world champion in gi. So he's not teaching fundamentals. So when I go to his class and they're like, all right, this is a great escape straight into fucking like an omoplata, and I'm like struggling to roll. And he goes, oh, good to JT, good. Before he's like, try to stand up from your knees. And it showed me how to stand up on my knees correctly. And I'm like, this is humbling. And I do that. That's like the most advice I've gotten. Because, I mean, for the most part, when I'm drilling, it's not like I don't know how to do it. I can drill just fine and do the drills that I know. You get me in a live roll, baby, I am exhausted.
That's the problem is you get tired.
I'm tired from the moment I get there.
Then you can't separate that from I might be tired, but if I give anything up, I'm going to be even more tired.
I don't know, sometimes. It's not like I lose every single roll, right?
Yeah.
No.
You know? In fact, every single time I tap a blue belt, I make a video of how I tapped it and I send it to my friend who's good at jiu-jitsu. It's my favorite thing in the world. He does not care at all either. And it's always at like 7 a.m. while I'm driving home from class, and I'll be like, so blue belt, 120 pounds, got him in a single leg, went into tripod, moved into Ketakatame, and then gave him a Kimura from side control.
Blue belt, cancer in remission.
If you're way smaller than me, it's fucking gone, dude. It's over. Unless I'm on my back, then you're just gonna do something to me. Then I'm done. That's my one weakness. It's just being bad at it.
Dude, I missed you, man. I haven't seen you in so long. You come out here and you start throwing fists in my face, and then you go, "Here's a croquette," or whatever it was. You gave me a
cardamom.
A cardamom.
A cardamom, yeah. Ooh, there's a place in New York you're gonna love. They serve cardamoms. It's the first time I had a cardamom. Yeah.
This is my first ever cardamom.
They're fantastic.
It's just a honey glazed croissant.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. It's like a
Is that what
croissant
was
style.
on it? Just sugar?
No clue. No, I'm not back there with those witches brewing up little treats. I'm the little goblin enjoying the treats.
I'm tugging at their apron going, more, please.
I like every few months I try, I go, I gotta lose more weight, right? Because I didn't used to be fat, right? And I used to be really fat and I lost a bunch of weight. And then I got fat again during quarantine. And I get in my head, I go, God, I gotta lose weight again. I gotta lose weight again. And then I go to a coffee shop, I go, ooh, cardamom. And it's completely gone. The whole I gotta lose weight again goes, I should eat treats until my stomach hurts. That's what I should do instead. every now and then I go, oh, you know what? I should make a change. I should make a change for my health and my wife and to fit into the clothes that I like. And then I go, oh, I should go to Supreme Love and get a big pizza for myself and eat the whole thing in my car and buy it cash so my wife doesn't know. And do a second dinner with her. do a second dinner with her 3 hours later. Be like, yeah, I'm hungry too, babe. We should get an appetizer. Some guys, they get off on like doing drugs or cheating on their wife. Me, I just like having my little secret side meals. Love crumpling up a fucking receipt like it's a dirty porno I bought that she shouldn't see and throwing it into the trash at the gas station I'm not even getting gas at. I just stop there to throw away my fucking...
Cover my tracks.
Absolutely.
What is your appetizer?
What is my appetizer?
Of all the apps, what's your appetizer?
Man, I love anything like bloomin' onion style.
Sure.
I like anything that's like fargois. You know fargois?
Yeah.
Yeah, things that are like raw
duck
meat.
liver, right?
Duck liver.
Yeah.
There's another thing that's raw meat that's like raw beef tartare. Y'all know tartare?
Yeah, I've never had it.
Dude, I go tartarded for tartare.
Dude.
I love tartare, dude.
Let's get tartarded in here.
Let's get it's egg on that shit. It's all the things you shouldn't eat. It's the most sinful little treat. It's raw meat and yolk and like onions. I go mustard. I go, yeah. Sometimes they got a guy come up and make it in front of you and they crush a bunch of stuff. I love fancy food.
Yeah.
I mean, that does sound fancy. The first thing that came to my mind was mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, mozzarella sticks rule too. What's your go-to app?
Oh, it's calamari.
Calamari, mozzarella
calamari,
sticks.
because I'll eat the shitball ones that they say are like testicles, you know?
Okay.
The ones that are perfect rings, apparently
Yeah.
that's like testicles.
That's fine
And
with
then
me, buddy.
I like the ones, but I really like the ones with all the tentacles because then you'll bite it and then half the tentacles, the breading will fall off, and then the rest, like it's just, and then you have like you eat it and the whole octopus comes out, so then you just have the breading in the shape of an octopus that's left, like a husk, and then you eat that. It's really nice.
You get to slurp the worm and eat its skin.
Yeah, I love the.
How
I love-
devilish.
I love it when they have all the little legs.
I do too. I like my favorite meal. So like I you know, before I got a sales job, I worked at like Juiceland and I never had like Uchiko or anything like that. And then at GoDaddy, I worked there. And then right at the beginning of the pandemic, GoDaddy, I'd never had a job like this. It was insane. They sent us all home and they paid us anyways. They paid us not to work for 3 months.
God,
they just paid us
that's
not
so
to work.
nice.
And all my friends that I had known my entire life were all in the service industry, not working or working through COVID.
I was
and I was
working
like,
through COVID.
yeah, and I was like, dude, I'm literally living at home, getting paid to live here at home, and my boss is also giving us all special bonuses to order food. I gained fucking 60 pounds in like 3.5 months, and it was from practically like a competition to get gout. I got every fancy food you could. I was living like an old school king. It was horrible, but now I'm fat. I lost a bunch with jiu-jitsu, but if I could go back, I'd do it again.
Go fuck yeah, dude.
I would do it again,
mean-
man. I would.
Yeah, if the option is to like get paid to dine in at my house with like high end shit, or to, I don't know, keep it tight. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Live lean?
Live lean, no thank
no,
you.
dude. Living lean's for suckers. As a current sucker, I'm trying to fucking plump up.
I haven't been like in shape, I think, in 10 years.
You look naturally strong.
Thank you. But
Every time I talk about your body, I've said that you look like you have a huge dick. I say you look really tall. I say you look like you could be a porn star. But you look naturally strong, Jimmy. I don't...
no, dude, it's I don't know.
He brings you up a lot.
Yeah, just no, I don't think I've been in shape since like high school sports. So I would like to be in shape, but I don't care about like eating well. I went probably a full year just off of goldfish, and I don't regret it at all.
That sounds incredible.
It was, dude. Goldfish is always good.
This your last year before you got married, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, she's like, we're going to change this. And then within the first year of being with her, I gained 50 pounds.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I remember when you guys
but
first
it's
started
not
dating,
bad
you were
weight,
posting the meals that she was making and how compared that to your life like 4 months before. So funny.
Yeah, dude, it was wild.
So funny.
Yeah, but it's not 50 pounds of bad weight. It's 50 pounds of like, oh, here's broccoli.
Yeah, no, dude, I was definitely like undernourished.
I always feel guilty because
I think
feel...
I had jaundice because my eyes started going yellow.
Oh my God.
My mom was like, what the hell's wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know. I only have so much money and, you know, beer's expensive, so.
And there's a time in most comedians' lives where the cheapest thing they can do is like just use their drink tickets
Yeah.
and then go to sleep. And just been like, yeah, my diet tonight is just to get drunk enough to go to sleep so I can skip dinner.
That's literally the goal.
Yeah, the amount of comedians that I've talked to where they just naturally came to this conclusion that that's the best thing they can do is like, yeah, maybe there's really something wrong with us. Maybe something's really bad's going on. Man, I always feel guilty because I sound like my conservative dad, but my office has the opportunity to go into work or work from home, and I work from home every day because my wife's from Seabrook, Texas, so she cooks every single meal every single day, and I feel so guilty when I say that because I'm like, yeah, no, I got a wife at home that cooks, and they always kind of give me this attitude like, oh, you got a wife at home that cooks. I'm like, yeah, I don't make her, she just does it. She wakes up, makes breakfast, make dinner, lunch. It's crazy, man. I think I'll work from home, buddy. I think I'll be just a married suburban guy getting fat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, people say it's like, oh my God, but she likes cooking, doesn't she? She fucking enjoys it.
It's the same boat, and people give you that reaction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like they almost give you this, I expected more out of you.
Wait. People get upset when you tell them that you're in love and someone cares about you?
Yeah.
Fuck that person.
There is this attitude, especially from like women, when you talk about how your wife cooks consistently for you.
Are these women happy?
No. No.
Well, I'm sympathetic with the kind of attitude. I go, yeah, I don't expect this of her. I'm not, I don't think it's her role. And I'm sympathetic with the attitude because I feel like the attitude comes from this whole like, this is the way things should be. But buddy, it is nice when they're that way. Yeah, it is nice, man.
Man, as someone without love in my life, whenever I hear someone has happiness, my reaction isn't, it's like, dude, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, I don't know, my wife doesn't have a job, but she doesn't want a job, and she likes cooking, and she can make whatever the fuck she wants at any time, and I eat everything because I'm a fucking garbage disposal. So I think it's a win-win.
And then that fuels you to podcast.
Exactly. Podcast with my friends, babe.
Babe, I got a podcast with my friends. You should probably cook something. Or whatever you enjoy doing when I'm not here. I don't know. It's hard for me to imagine you existing when I'm not in the room.
I will say, she wants to cook. My wife wants to cook way more than I let her. Like, typically, I like going out to dinner. So I'm like,
too.
let's go out,
Yeah.
Let's go hit up El Alma, what's happening over there.
Let's get some mott sticks.
That is...
Yes.
I tell you, dude, I say let's go on a date almost every night, and it's like when the answer is no, it's like, oh, okay, I'll go on a date by myself then. Hey, let's go on a date. And it's like, well, I was gonna make dinner here. It's like, well, I guess I'll be taking myself on a date because I really wanted to get wings.
Babe, can you make Wingstop?
Yeah, babe, do you know how to make Wingstop at home, but do the ranch different like they do it? Not how you did it last time when it was chunky and weird. Do you want to talk about Pamela Geller?
Yeah, let's get into it.
So, Jimmy, have you ever listened to The Toast?
No.
I would say it's our sister podcast.
I haven't even heard it yet, but I just know a lot of the women I see listen to it. They're like, what's your podcast? And they're like, oh my God, The Toast.
I love The Toast. I listen to The Toast too. And I would say I am, ideologically on the other end of the spectrum of the Toast hosts, right? In pretty much any regard.
There's like two types of podcasts that girls I talk to. There's like three types of podcasts that girls listen to.
Murder.
Well, all of them listen to the murder porn ones.
Yeah.
But like the women who I usually wind up with are like the Red Scare girls who are like, I'm fucking a closeted fascist and I'm addicted to coke and I'm a fucking barista.
Yeah, he says that in a bad attitude as if he isn't in love with all of them. Oh, I'm a fucking closeted fascist and a barista, and you have my heart in your hands.
I'm bitter. And then there are the normies who I'm like, this won't work out with. I'm sorry, babe, you're too healthy for me. And they're the girls who are like, call me daddy. Like, I love, that's like their call her daddy. Like, that's the normies who are too healthy for me. That's their pod. And then the ones that are just like, smile, they dress normie, they will cook salmon for you once, and then it's just, I don't know. They listen to the toast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, the toast is so good.
And I'm like, oh, it turns out you're the Red Scare I thought were fascist. The Toast Girls are actually
they are kind of fascistic-y, yeah.
They're the ones who are like
they're funny. If you see it as comedy, if you think this is life advice, you're just as bad as the people listening to the toast.
Wait,
okay, buddy?
Is it comedy?
I mean, it's two women being silly,
right?
But they are. So their mother is Pamela Geller.
Yeah.
Pamela Geller is most famous for, can we just go to the doc real quick? Because there's something I copy and pasted straight from her website. We'll scroll down a little bit. It is unreal funny right there.
The LinkedIn one or what?
So, no, the one that says straight from her website.
Oh, sorry.
So this is, if you said, hey, who's Pamela Geller? I would say, oh, she's the author of Fatwa, Hated in America.
Hunted
in America, the Post-American Presidency, the Obama's administration's War on America, and the Stop the Islamization of America, a practical guide to the resistance. She's also a regular columnist. That is laugh out loud funny that those are the books that she wrote. She is the founder of, what's that word called? The Stop the Islamization of America organization. It goes by a few different names, has a few different front organizations.
Yeah, the Southern Poverty Law Center has designated her as a hate speech like columnist, and that a lot of the organizations that she's a part of are hate groups. It's pretty funny that like this lady's like, we need to round them all up and we need to protect Western culture.
Yeah.
You know, and she like just sounds like a fucking far right woman. Well, because she is.
She is.
And then her daughters are like, let's break down Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
Yeah. And it's like listening to two of your dumbest friends just have a dumb conversation. I can't get enough of it. I listen to it at least once a month. It's very funny.
And by the way, that is America, is talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce while your mother in the other room says, the ground zero mosque, the ground zero mosque.
We can admit that building a mosque at ground zero is hilarious, right?
It's so funny.
That is one of the... And also, if you said, hey, I don't think we should build a mosque at ground zero, it's pretty difficult for me to go, yes, we should. I don't know if we should or shouldn't, but that is a hilarious thing to do.
I mean, how do you feel about the idea of building a mosque at ground zero?
I mean, it's a wild move.
It's a wild move,
No.
right?
Well, here's the thing. The Muslims didn't even do 9/11. You know what would be a wild move? Would be like, I don't know, building a place like in remembrance of the Bush family in 9/11. Building another Pentagon. That would be wild.
It would, if the Bush family synagogue of Saudi Arabia was built there.
That would be
the issue. I genuinely think that wanting to build a mosque at ground zero is like an inflammatory action designed to divide. I don't think that stuff like that is very pure-hearted from people saying, hey, let's actually try to, not only get Muslims safer experiences in New York, but have New Yorkers view Muslims in a positive light. I think it's straight up like, hey, dude, race war, let's do it. I think stuff like that is intentional.
It's no different than building a white woman goat yoga studio in a gentrifying Mexican neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's truly just like, what's going to come here? Sorry, the real estate business.
It's Baghdad.
It's
Baghdad needs a McDonald's mentality. That's what I think it is. I think it's Baghdad needs a McDonald's mentality. I don't think that like globalization and assimilation is a good idea. I think it's good for people to be different. We should celebrate differences, right? But me celebrating the difference of like a Christian and a Muslim shouldn't start at a mosque at ground zero, right? If I hated Muslims yesterday and then tomorrow you want me to get along with Muslims, it's not going to be done at the doors of the mosque at the mega mosque. It was called the mega mosque at ground zero. I don't think New Yorkers would like that. I'm not from New York, so I don't know. I can't imagine.
Where would the Muslim Christian didn't like unity begin? Like a UFC watch party?
I was exactly.
I'm genuinely curious.
I was just about to say sport events, things like that.
Yeah.
So there's a book my wife read. I didn't read it, called "We Need to Bowl More" or "Bowling in America," and it's about there were times when people from different religion backgrounds bowled together in large bowling leagues that were all across America.
Okay.
And it's where a lot of people talked about experiencing different cultures, different religions, and like just different parts of society because they all bowled together.
Yeah.
And so I'm not saying bowling's the answer, but I think things like that, bowling, UFC watch parties, maybe listening to the Bad News podcast together. I do jiu-jitsu with Muslim guys. They want me to go to the mosque. I go, yeah, I think it's tight, but I'm probably not going to go. But how else would I know, a Muslim guy from Turkmenistan if I didn't do karate?
I mean,
things
not
like
bowling, but something like laser tag or just main event. Go-kart racing.
But their moms, the mother of the toast, was when they were trying to do the mega mosques, they were super involved in the protesting.
Well, they call it the mega mosques. That's pretty tight.
That is also like who wrote these headlines, right?
Yeah, these are mega.
Yeah,
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
Right, this is like, think about the time that Borat did the national anthem at that rodeo.
Yeah.
I mean,
What was the most recent show that he did?
This Is America, Who's America?
Who's America, where he literally pitched the world's biggest mosque in the middle.
In Kingsman, Arizona.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
No.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. It's exactly what they're doing at Ground Zero. And then he has a meeting with all these country people from Kingsman, Arizona, and pretends like they're going to build a mega mosque there and ask their opinion. And these people are losing their minds, freaking out, getting super angry. And then he says it's paid for by the Clinton administration. And he watches these people just lose their fucking minds. It's fantastic.
That's
I paid for
amazing.
Showtime just to watch that shit.
That's so funny.
Man, Sacha Baron Cohen was the king for a while, man. I thought Borat 2 was dog shit.
Yeah.
Did you like Borat 2?
That's the new one, right?
Yeah.
It's fine.
I was so excited
It's hard
for
to,
it.
trap magic in a bottle again.
That's exactly how I felt. I go, oh, you want to go and
Well, he's
just...
also too famous now.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows who he is, so it's like it has to all just be acting instead of like real, genuine reactions, right?
Yeah. Gosh, Who Is America was nuts. The stuff he got our politicians to do. But non-ironically, their mom's like that guy. Their mom is like the character that he played in Who Is America that's like so incredibly hateful and anti-Muslim. And not in like a, oh, hey, the radicals of Islam or the people that are destroying, fucking Islam. It's like all Muslims are hateful and their ideology is made to destroy culture and wants to kill us. And then her two kids just goof. They're just two goofy laders. And like their podcast used to not be very political. It used to be very just like softly political. Danny Goodwin once said something that I thought was so smart, but then he said he actually heard it on a podcast where he was like, this comedian, he's like, a lot of comedians, you don't know who they don't talk about politics, but you can tell who they would vote for by the way they talk about McDonald's. And I was like, oh, that's such a good way to talk about stand-up. He's like, oh, I heard that on a podcast. I was like, fuck you, Danny.
What does that mean? The way they talk about McDonald's?
Like, if I make a joke about McDonald's, the way that I view that joke and what my joke's about is going to tell you more about what I think politically than you would expect. Does that make sense?
I don't get it. What do you mean? So, like, if you talk shit about McDonald's, you vote what?
No. What, like,
if you talk highly of McDonald's, you vote what?
I think what he, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like, oh, if I'm like, yeah, everybody loves McDonald's. It's American, and it's like I'm probably for big business. I don't really think that the government should be telling companies that we should keep people healthy or whatnot. Whereas if you're like,
if you're saying we're paying these McDonald's employees too much,
there you go.
Then
You'd be telling the truth.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. $20 an hour, that's six figures. You heard that?
No, what?
Yeah, a lot of people think that $20 an hour is six figures. I think that's great.
That's crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, that kind of on that line. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think that's like a hyperbolic example that paints a better picture than like the very detailed way that I think Danny Goodwin was talking about it, where he was like, it was just it sounded very analytical, and I would say that's a good way to listen to the toast. When you're listening to it, it's like, yeah, I don't think it's political, but if you take a step back, you go, oh, a lot of what they're saying, I can understand what their politics are, even though they're not talking about politics.
Yeah.
On
the topic of McDonald's, though, it annoys me when people say that it's not good.
It's delicious.
It's so fucking good.
It's
not
incredible.
good for you.
It's not even cheap anymore, and I still buy
maybe
it.
30
Yeah.
minutes later, it's shit, but when you get it hot in the moment,
It's
dude.
incredible.
I mean,
one of the best in the game, yeah.
Yeah, those fries are unbeatable.
I know.
Oh my god.
And that's the thing is like, you know, I think when you're healthy for a little too long, you forget.
Never gonna happen. Don't you worry about me, Jimmy. Don't you worry about me, Jimmy. I got a long time to be a 1-stripe white belt, okay? Nothing much is gonna change for old JT over here. I'm still gonna be eating McDonald's regularly, throwing the trash away before my wife can see it, and eating her delicious homemade meal as
Put
well.
it in the neighbor's trash.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
so sorry, my allergies.
I stop at the special gas station by my house, the Shell station that's right in the pool in. Never gotten gas there. It's my trash dump.
Nice.
It's great. Yeah, but you gotta listen to the toast. It's so funny. If you also don't hate Muslims, it might be weird though, because they do really, especially like they got one of them's a comedian. Like, so one of the toast hosts is a comic. She's like a stand-up comedian, and she has lost opportunity before because when you go back in her old tweets, they are like pretty fucked up. And it's not like, oh, I was in high school. It's like, oh, I was 24 and this was 2015. And she's like, Muslims are dogs and things like that. Yeah. But yeah, go back to the doc. Everything about this lady is like comedically evil. When you go to Pamela Geller's website, at the top of her website is a fake notification. Scroll up just a little bit so Sam can see it. That's telling you about McAfee renewal notice, and it's like, oh, so your website is just designed to trick old people. That is so evil. She presents herself as like a news site, and every single page has donation options, and if you scroll up, you can see the donation options page, which the donation options start at $25. $25, $50, $75, $100, or $250. Help us fight to keep truth alive. She's essentially like an anti-Muslim Glenn Beck. Or I guess Glenn Beck's probably pretty anti-Muslim.
She's like a Glenn Beck.
Yeah, she's like a Lady Beck. She's a Glinda Beck. But she's also written for AP News.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, Israel. She's a very big Zionist.
She's a huge Zionist.
Israel just bombed the Associated Press building like 2 years ago.
Yeah, she thinks
and
they
no one
deserve
talks
it.
about that.
There's a part of her website, scroll up a little bit, that's just called rebuttals. And it is a part of the first article on rebuttal. If you have a part on your website called rebuttals, you probably have said some shit. Here, it's right there. The Geller Report, rebuttals to false charges. That is the most I did not know that she was under 18 ass energy for a website ever. But the first rebuttal that weird it didn't hyperlink. I don't really know how the internet works. Crazy I work at a tech company. I didn't know how to really even put a link in an email until like 2 years ago.
Damn it.
There's a button, you highlight it and you click a button. It's crazy. But it's like rebuttals to false charges. Geller was one of the several prominent anti-Muslim activists cited by Norwegian terrorist Andre Breivik in the manifesto he posted online hours before killing 77 mostly teenagers, right? And then her defense is the charge is meant to imply that Geller calls for violence when she was really saying he was just a fan. That's insane. If the terrorist who killed 77 people is quoting you, I'll go out on a ling here, guys. I think killing 77 innocent people is lame and bad.
Not good.
Yeah. Not a cool move. And it also makes whatever movement you're a part of also look lame and bad. And this lady's whole argument here is to say she already hated Muslims before he ever met me. He was just giving me a shout out. Isn't that wild? But she has pages and pages of rebuttaling people that say that she's inspired violence by people who saying, hey, you've inspired me to do this violent act. And she just rebuts it saying,
there's no way that this I had my lawyer read this over. What I'm about to say cannot be interpreted as satire. You inspired me and I'm doing this for you. What?
Yeah. Crazy. Man, that's the rebuttals page. That's just a wild thing. Just a wild thing, man.
God damn. And that's awesome because just like her kids are just influential, not just like satirists or podcasters, they're stand-ups as well. They're on the road, they're working clubs.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, they're hilarious.
What?
I'm just thinking like, in my head, I'm like, oh man, I just hope my daughter becomes a whore that listens to Call Her Daddy instead.
You swear to God, you should.
Like, these are the three options. Like, fucking,
out of the Red Scare, the Toast, and the Call Her Daddy.
Cluck 3000!
Yeah, dude. You pray you raise a Call Her Daddy daughter. Yeah. You know, and you settle for a Red Scare daughter, and you pray it's not a Toast daughter.
My
Toast
wife
daughters.
listens to Broski Nation.
What is that?
Bro, you remember the kombucha girl that made the face when she was
Yes,
drinking
I do.
kombucha? She has a podcast.
Oh, cool. I don't even know. So this is just like just a silly girl podcast?
It's very funny.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, she listens to it, laughs at it in front of me. It's pretty much cuckolding. I pretty much get cuckolded by a better podcast.
God damn it.
She watches me get beat up by men. She listens to women make her laugh on the podcast. I remember when she saw Casey Rocket here for the first time, the way she was laughing, I was like, you're not allowed to go to comedy anymore. I don't want you seeing shows like this. This is not what God made you for, you know?
Casey Rockets, he's generational, man.
Yeah, he's unreal funny.
I'm just imagining you just stewing, and you're like, well, I just lost a friend. Interesting.
My wife's favorite comedian's Holly Hart. And every time she'd see Holly Hart, she'd always say, that's my favorite comedian.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, I know. And I told Holly Hart that, and now they're friends. Because Holly Hart, she was like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. She's always saying you're her favorite comedian. She's always
Hi,
so
Holly.
excited to see you. Now they hang out. They hang out all the time.
Oh, you got to watch your wife then,
Yeah.
huh?
I know it's not me. Doesn't have. I'm not for everybody, babe. I know. I know I'm not for everybody. First time you saw me stick my finger in my belly button, you laughed. You thought that was great. By the 10th or 12th time, you thought, okay, that's just a guy I know that is a little goofy on stage. I get it.
Oh, man. Okay, yeah. I don't know. Do you think I should date a woman who likes stand-up comedy next, or no?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, I think Sam needs to just go fucking some fans.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's about time, buddy.
I've been doing okay. I've been doing fine. None of them are fans of
No,
me.
women go up to Stam after stand-up and
No,
like
they're not.
a fucking moth to a flame.
No, they're not.
I've seen so many times where Sam has a great set and just a beautiful woman is looking at him, and I go, yeah, I've had great sets. Beautiful women don't long for me after a great set. Beautiful women long for Sam. They long for him.
They don't long for
They
me.
long, dude. I see lust in their eye. I didn't know what lust was until I saw Sam do comedy.
Fuck up, you're married
And then
love.
we love. We don't lust. We would never lust. We're Christians. We're Methodists, dude. We don't lust for each other. We have a method about it. But you get lusted
You're
after.
their Methodist man.
Yeah, I'm the Methodist man, dude.
I got a
They
method.
call me the Eddie Rain Man of missionary style. What's that guy? Eddie Main Man?
Eddie Redman.
Eddie Redman.
I like the idea of Eddie Rainman being like, definitely a lot of Japanese women on my roster.
We're coming up on an hour here.
Yeah, dude, we're over an hour.
Thanks so much for listening to the show. We appreciate you guys. This was the Bad News Podcast. As always,
Definitely going to Tokyo.
we'll see you guys in the Orient.